Right. Hey, everybody. So today we're going to talk about Teach Like a Pirate, which is a book that has completely just changed and transformed the way I think about teaching. Um, so specifically, we're going to talk about connecting with students and transforming the classroom. And as we walk through this, I think that we'll be able to see how those go together. So like I said, the book that I read was Teach Like a Pirate by Dave Burgess, and it is a New York Times bestseller, and rightly so. I think that the audience is so diverse, and really any teacher or educator or anyone in education from any type of grade level can benefit from reading this. The purpose of it is to increase student engagement, boost creativity as a teacher, and then transform your life as an educator. And I think that this book is excellent for someone that's either starting out as a teacher, or if someone who has been in education for a long time is just reaching the point of burnout. I think this book is also so refreshing. So the author, like I said, is Dave Burgess. He is a huge figure in the education world, and is a secondary high school history teacher. He's been awarded the BAMI for the Secondary School Teacher of the Year by the Academy of Education, Arts and Sciences, and travels all over the country teaching his methodology using a combination of humor and magic to reignite teachers' passion for teaching. And is just an incredible writer, and it's just so refreshing to read. So Teach Like a Pirate, what the heck does that mean? Um, the author came up with this acronym, the Pirate acronym, and it just means passion, immersion, rapport, ask and analyze, transformation, and enthusiasm. And he chose pirates specifically because he believes that they're a perfect essence of how to work together and how to problem solve, and how to pursue the treasure of teaching, but also learning. So, like I said, Teach Like a Pirate is a system that can, like a treasure map, guide you to the reward of total transformation of your classroom and your life as an educator. And so, Teach Like a Pirate, this acronym, is truly to encourage and to renew teaching skills, and will hopefully work as a treasure chest of new knowledge and new methods and strategies to implement in the classroom. So, two big points in the book are connective instruction and transforming education. And I think as we go through this, we'll see how those connect. The first, connective instruction. What is it? What the heck does that mean? Connective instruction is purely by definition a category of teaching practices in which teachers help students to make personal connection to the information that they're learning in class. So why is this important? Why do teachers need to take a step back and think about implementing this? Eliciting Student Engagement Journal said, when students can't see any real-world connection or value to a particular subject, they question whether it's worth the investment and effort. And I think that all of us can agree that we have all been in that spot, sitting in a classroom. I know for me, it was math. I sat in a class for a long time and struggled in math and could not figure out how in the world geometry was ever going to help me in the real world. Not until I could relate it to playing high school golf and understanding that I was hitting at angles, and reading greens that were certain angles, that I could really apply it to these learning goals in my classroom in high school geometry. I think that if a teacher is not actively working to connect their students to things that they're learning, that students really do disengage quickly. Connective instruction is so effective and is so important because recent qualitative research has begun to emphasize a link between identity development and engagement for adolescents. Adolescents, especially in middle and high school, are really learning about themselves, and so when teachers work to engage the information that they are presenting to their students with their student-specific identities, it's really transforms how students can apply this information and learn it. The author in the book also talks about a lot of academic rigor and lively teaching and really bringing that magic of passion into the classroom. And so connective instruction is compared with these things, and academic rigor and lively teaching are so important. But it says, compared with academic rigor and lively teaching, which center on teachers' decisions about how to set an academic tone or present content, this work theorizes that connective instruction acknowledges who students are as people and is thus likely to be particularly critical for engaging adolescents. As students are learning about themselves and that identity development, children these age specifically are really looking for someone to know them and to take the time to specifically engage with them as people. The next point that the author talks about a lot is transforming education. So why is transforming education in the classroom so important? Burgess writes, too often school is a place where creativity is systematically killed, individuality is stamped out, and boredom reigns supreme. Like I said, adolescents are in the place where individuality is so important, and being known is just vital. He also writes that positioning your content as if it is amazing gives motivating reasons why the material is important to know. And positioning is really just a different term for reframing. He talks about faking it till you make it. If they're not passionate about a topic that you're teaching, that's okay, that's normal. But you can never let your students know that you don't like to teach something. Always position it in a way that your kids are going to be excited about learning about it. And doing that connective instruction is so important in these moments. If you can get it to connect to them, that's the most exciting part. He also really stresses creating a classroom that has an environment that causes children to want to knock the walls down trying to get in. And this is just such a cool idea of creating a classroom where kids are excited to come and learn. He also talks a lot about how kids in his classroom have scheduled doctor's appointments after school so they won't have to miss, or come back after doctor's appointments so they can catch the end of the class. And really creating an environment in class where students are wanting to come to school is so important, and it goes far beyond just creating a classroom where test scores are good. The final thing I want to talk about is strategies that will help you implement these things. The first is Get to Know Me 5x7 cards, which is where you just sit down and have your kids write about themselves so that you get to know what your kids' interests are, what they enjoy, etc. The next is Always Say Hey to your kids in the hallway. Make them feel seen and make them feel known. And the last is Offer Notes of Appreciation. Always show your kids that you appreciate them and their effort that they're putting into your class. Also, sending these home to their parents is also a vital part of getting that engagement.